What follows is extremely rare footage recovered from a shipwreck in the Arctic. Miraculously preserved, this film confirms that the chilling legends of old were true. Years ago, one very brilliant and very foolish man raised another from the dead and lived to regret it. The footage begins at the University of Ingolstadt, which is clearly in Europe, where one Victor Frankenstein is a student. He is trailed by an unseen assistant/cameraman, who unfortunately had very shaky hands and terrible posture. He also seems to forget to turn on the microphone half the time. Amateur. Together, they participate in one particular extracurricular, grave robbing. After several hours of grotesque cadaver unboxing videos, they find the perfect specimen to resurrect through the power of science. They return to the lab and get to work. They neglect their studies for weeks of careful preparation. Frankly, quite gross preparation. But then finally the big day is there. Ugh, beautiful. Now, there's a popular misconception that they included electricity in their dark research. Did they even have electricity back then? Wait, did they even have cameras back then? Ooh, best not to think about that too hard. Anyway, at this point the sound is restored. Let's let them speak for themselves.
Just want you to check if it's muted. Was it muted? Come on, Iggy, this is important to me. Like, I don't mean to be critical, but look. Look!
Hey, all right, it's alive. Yeah, woo! It's alive. Yeah. Sorry, Vic.
It's alive. You jinxed it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. You just jinxed it.
It's alive! Jinx!
Victor pops out to, get some cigarettes and leaves his baby boy abomination behind. The creature steals a camera and escapes to the woods. Oh, look, this is even shakier than when Igor was filming. I'm getting queasy. Returning to the lab alone, Victor Frankenstein suffers a nervous breakdown and spikes a high fever. He's nursed back to health by his childhood friend Henry.
Just gotta hydrate. You're gonna be fine.
Henry suggests they return to their hometown. Victor, though still weak from seeing the consequences of his own actions for once in his life, looks forward to the journey and seeing his adopted sister Elizabeth, who he has kind of a weird thing for. Shockingly, when they return home, they find out that Victor's baby brother had been murdered. The chief suspect was his less hot adopted sister, Justine, who was ultimately hung for the crime. Victor knows the truth, though. His brother was killed by the vengeful brute that he had brought to life. Victor seeks solace in a solo trip to the mountains, but it turns out he is not alone. He and the creature are reunited at last.
Remember that I am thy creature. I ought to be thy Adam, but rather I am the fallen angel whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed.
Oh, you're going by Adam now?
What? No, I said I ought to be your Adam. That is not my name.
Well, what then? Creature? Monster?
Terrible names.
I'll just call you Little Victor.
Whatever. I killed your brother, you know.
Yeah, I noticed.
I also killed your neighbor kid.
Did you kill the dog, too?
No, I am not a monster.
Also, I just noticed you're talking. I just thought you would, like, grunt or something? Like, how did you learn to talk all fancy-like?
All right, so after you abandoned me, I wandered the woods alone until I found a family in a cottage. I learned to speak by spying on them, and even befriended the elderly and blind father who did not recoil at my monstrous visage. But then his kids chased me off.
Hey, that guy's ugly. Get him!
So I set their house on fire.
And my little brother?
Vengeance.
How do we, stop the vengeance?
You gotta make me a hottie, a total smoke show.
We could do some fillers and something, but, like, your bone structure is flawless. Like, it's part of why I chose you.
What?
Don't be so self-conscious. I mean, you're the hottest corpse I ever stole.
Wife! I want a wife!
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But thank you, I think.
Let's get to work!
At first he agrees, but after seeing the monster smiling through the window at him like a real sicko, he changes his mind.
Fiend!
Be gone! I ain't doing it!
You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey.
I'm pretty sure I said, be gone.
Fine, I go, but remember, I shall be with you on your wedding night.
How did you know I proposed to my sister?
What?
Look, she's adopted, it's fine.
A few days later, Victor is arrested for the murder of his old friend Henry. Not Henry. The true culprit, of course, was...
Vengeance.
However, Victor was rich, so he was fine. He was a little stressed out about the wedding, though.
Gonna kill me. He said he's gonna kill me on my wedding night. He's gonna kill me. He said he's gonna kill me.
You're fine. You've just got cold feet. Get in there, champ. Go get hitched. Can't believe he talked me into being his wedding videographer.
Igor!
Ah.
I do. I do.
I don't.
No, he killed my sister wife. It was supposed to be me. It was supposed to be me. Get back here. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
And he did exactly that. Victor Frankenstein died in the Arctic after years of chasing his creation. The footage ends with the madman's corpse cradled in his monster's arms. The creature weeps for his creator. Which is weird. I thought he really hated that guy.